Hello. How's everybody doing this wonderful Sunday afternoon? Good to see you all here today. Look at this. I'm wearing my stupid reading glasses because I'm getting old. How y'all doing today, this afternoon? How am I? Well, you know what? That's one of the reasons I decided to go live right now is because I haven't gone live in quite a while, and just wanted to sort of give you guys an update what's been going on. Some stuff what's up with the channel. You see, as I'm getting older, like I have trouble seeing close. I ain't got no glasses. These are reading glasses. Um, is everybody in North Carolina? Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to fear. So Hezekiah is here. That's right. Um, in a couple days, as of this Wednesday, I'm going to be editing my Frauditor troll shirt. I got my Kick hat from Kick, and now I'm getting a troll shirt from Troll. So that's going to be a great addition to my background here. So anyway, yeah, I've been working on some stuff now. Um, the next thing I got coming out, I'm done putting it together. I just got to finish, posting it. Um, did you guys see the video I did that was like an old school Siskel and Ebert kind of like movie review show where I played two different characters talking to each other, reviewing Frauditor videos. Well, I got episode 2 coming out real soon. Like I said, it's all done. I just got to finish editing it and put it together, and well, and getting it posted. So that's a pretty good one. And one of the things about that video was it got crazy reaction from the Frauditor community. That really kind of surprised me a lot because I don't know. Usually, I don't expect so many people to go off on me. I mean, you get your little occasional trolls, but that they really put me on blast with that one, which is one of the reasons why I decided to do it again. Um, so you got that to look forward to, and then the big project I've been working on for a while now, and it's still in process. Is I'm making a video. Hey, Uncle Artie, I thought that we are all going to do something like that. The big project I've been working on for a while now, it's taken a lot of editing, is I'm making a video called The Frauditor Iceberg Explained. And it's going to go through all the levels. It's going to be sweet. Um, but anyway, yeah, basically, one of the reasons I haven't been, well, this whole month, I haven't been going on too much. I've still making videos and doing my thing. Anyone who's been following me from the beginning knows that, I took a vacation out. Well, I guess technically I'm on vacation here. So I went back home to Wisconsin um, for a while. And then I came back here. So I wasn't doing anything while I was gone. And then when I came back, now that my kids are out of school, they're taking up a lot of my time, which is good. I'm not complaining about it, but it's given me a little bit less time to focus on this. Um, Nobody wants you. What did you do wrong? Madman, you've been acting like a madman since you got here and you haven't even done nothing yet. um let's see. How about an unholy mini Bible of frauditing? I started on 10 plus commandments of frauditing. That's awesome. Time and temperature check. In Arizona, right now it's only 74 here in Florida, which is bizarre because it's been like 104, 105 with horrible thunderstorms. Uh, but yeah, so anyway, I'm keeping that up, keeping up the good work, trying to get more and more entertainment out for you guys. I kind of want to start streaming, like, because I haven't done any this month so far. And my original plan was that I was going to make July the month of Hezekiah. July, whatever the rhyme thing. Um, and I was going to stream every day. But I'm glad I didn't say that out loud because situations led to me not being able to do that. And then I would have had to break my promise. And I really, really, really hate to tell you guys I'm going to do something and then not follow through. So I'm glad I didn't promise to do that. But I still would like to stream at least once a day, at least for the rest of the month. And I had an idea at some point in the future. I'm thinking of doing trying to do like a stream challenge, like to see if I can run a 24-hour stream, just to see if I can. Um, let's see. No, excuse me. Um, but other than that, there were a couple of new ones coming out that I wanted to check out with you guys that I haven't seen yet. I was looking at this Press NH Now video of a crazy post office customer, FedEx employee, fed up. First Amendment audit, Press NH Now. Um, that looks interesting. So I thought maybe we'd watch that together and see what's going on with that one. So I'm going to pull that up right now. And let's see if we can enjoy this stupidity as a group. Where is it? Here we go. You got that? Yep. All right, let's check this out.
So you can't do this.
Do what?
The video.
Who says that?
Because this is a federal building. You can't take a video. This is a federal building. You can't take a
Who says that?
I'm the one saying it.
You make up the rules?
Now you're taking a video of me.
Well, you're talking to me, and I'm already doing my documentary.
I hate when they use that. Their documentaries about the
I
way
can do
those.
what I'm doing.
Yeah, but not taking me a video.
Of course I can. I'm in a public area.
Yeah, but you putting the video, the camera on me.
Okay, what's that matter?
You can put it in there whatever you want, but not on me. I don't want to be.
You're the only one in this whole world that I can't video record. Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, nobody's ever said that.
Are
to
you
you
more
before?
special than everybody else?
I'm not anybody. I'm not anybody. But you just take it on me.
All right, just continue doing your job, man. I don't want to bother you.
Oh, I don't want to bother you. Now watch what he does. I did see this part. Look at this. I don't want to bother you. So I'm going to get right up on the glass and film you working. Oh, these guys are so pathetic. What's up, Doc Danger? James Blonde. Everybody in here. Cheeky Monkey. I got a good group, man. I'll tell you what. I got the best fans. All right. So how is this protecting our rights? The guy didn't like being filmed, so instead of being a human being and saying, "Oh, okay, you don't want to be on camera, cool," no, he had to argue with them and then go out of his way to film him through the window. What a surprise that a frauditor would do that. Now, this is some riveting, newsworthy footage right here. I'll tell you what. I wonder if that's going to make the headlines. News Now enemy. Good to see you, bro. You need the names and badge numbers of all my mods. Hey, now. We don't answer questions, and it's a violation of my Fourth Amendment right for you to ask. Ah. Oh, here we go. Now, I know this is going to lead to some front page news right here. Well, I guess technically he didn't claim to be a journalist. He claimed to be working on a documentary. So I guess that's a slightly different. Oh, FedEx, fed up. Ha, ha, ha. Wow, riveting. Yeah, just keep the camera on him. Keep it on him. Yeah, that's not going to make him act weird or suspicious. What's up, Anthony? Hey, Chris, you should know that I'm the leader of the Moors. That ain't right.
I'm sorry? Can I help you? No, I didn't ask you for help, man.
Yeah, but you were filming me the whole
What?
time.
Can I help you?
No, I don't need help.
Oh.
Just wondering why you had the camera on me.
I can't help you. Help me help you.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me pause this real quick. Hold on.
Makes no sense.
All right. So, what do you guys think about this? Because their big excuse that these frauditors always make is, what do you mean don't film you? You're the one who approached the camera, but this guy didn't approach the camera. He was just working, and this guy was filming him the whole time. Like, he wasn't filming him because he walked up to him. He was just filming him. So he's like, eventually, after he walked all the way back to his car, still being filmed the whole time, then he says, "Can I help you?" Like, "Hello, why are you filming me?" But we're supposed to believe that they never engage. They wait. And technically, the guy did speak to him first, but it's not their excuse. Is the only reason I'm filming you is because you approached the camera. But he was purposely going out of his way to film this guy the whole time he was going in and out. These guys are so transparent liars. I can't believe that any of their fans actually believe their false narrative nonsense.
Sounds right. You all set? Are you fed up or FedEx?
A more off. These guys are morons.
How you doing?
Wow. This is amazing stuff, man. Like, I don't see why these guys don't get Emmys for this stuff. Tones, is Tones Overthinks it in here?
I'll ask him if he needs some assistance or help. He said his camera trained on me for a while.
For a while. Like
Yeah.
a good 25 seconds.
I mean, I'd like to, but like, it looks like he's one of those online YouTuber video guy. It looks like he's one
Yes.
of those online YouTuber video guy.
What an assumption. You look like you're fed up, man.
I mean, I got a
It's
lot
not an assumption. He's absolutely right.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like it.
I don't either. He's kind of filming inside of my truck too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not in the truck though, right? Should be more specific, man.
You can hear him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I'm driving. I don't know why he's bothering you. I'm driving off now.
I didn't say a fucking thing to you.
But now he's swearing at me.
Oh, I'm swearing to you. I'm not swearing at you.
Yeah, now he's swearing at me. Some people up here are kind of rude.
I know. You should just mind your business and just go on your
You
way.
should mind your business.
I am.
I don't know why you're filming.
It's none of your business.
It is because I'm in that video.
It's none of your business.
It is my business.
You're making it your business.
See, okay, now that's another thing that all of these frauders always do, especially Amagansett Press, that drives me absolutely up the wall. Like, when you're filming someone else's business, you're not minding your own business, you're filming their business. And then you tell them, oh, mind your own business. How are you minding your own business by filming everyone else's business? That, oh, these guys drive me so nuts.
Now you're part of the story, bud. So
You're the one who focused on him and made him the story. And
what was
see,
that, the police?
so why aren't you walking away and doing
You called
something
the
else
police?
now if you're making a
Huh?
documentary?
Oh, just asking.
What
Does that
happened to your
make you feel
documentary
better?
about the post office?
No. No. Wow. You got an Instagram or something you want to put that on? Show all your boyfriends?
Actually, I don't.
No. Facebook? No. No. Antisocial?
Usually, get me social media.
Yeah. I can tell, man.
Anti-social media.
Should probably get out there and make some friends.
I'm not friends.
I don't think so.
You should probably do something other than harass people for a living, you idiot.
Bye, Darren.
Bye, Darren. What an asshole. More riveting content. Boy, oh boy, this is a great documentary about the post office. I'm on the edge of my seat. Ken Burns got nothing on this guy.
Sorry. Taping? It's all digital now, man.
I know.
Oh, come
It's a
on.
taping. It's not tape.
Are you doing it for the post office?
I don't work for the post office now.
Oh, what are you doing it for? Don't put me on camera, please.
Well, you're in a public space, man. You approach
No,
me.
it's not. This is federal property.
Which is public.
Oh,
Oh, well, you too, buddy.
See, now you're still filming him while he's walking away. Oh, no, I was just filming the sign.
Are you gonna do a cam back? Is that gonna make you feel better?
Don't talk to me.
You just swore at me, dude.
So?
Don't talk to me like that.
Whatever to the First Amendment, you douche hammer. Oh, and that's another one that I love. Give this guy the Pulitzer Prize, right? The whole comeback thing. And I addressed that in my last video. They're trying to supposedly, they're trying to educate the public that it's okay to film. So when the public films, if they're filming them, oh no, that's just comeback and that's horrible, that's terrible. Oh no, yeah. Oh man, what's up, Weeds Gador?
You're gonna get the same attitude and respect back, bud. No, I didn't. You walked in front of my camera in public. Bye, Snowflake.
What an asshole. What happened to your documentary about the post office? Why are you filming some random guy walking home? Because he asked you why you were filming him? Oh no, what a horrible, evil, tyrannical scumbag this guy is who asked you why you were filming him and said he didn't like being filmed. Now he's filming, which is his constitutional right to do.
Cam back.
Asshole.
He puts himself in my business.
You're filming his business.
And then wants to pout about it.
Let's get a stamp. Oh boy, what an original idea.
Yes. Ooh, it is hot out there. Can I get a stamp, please?
Sure.
Penny stamp.
Penny
Sorry.
stamp?
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay, cool.
Guys obviously have no issues with me recording out here, right?
No, why would
You'd be surprised, man.
Okay. No.
Are you the postmaster?
Yes, I am.
Awesome.
No, you're not doing anything wrong.
You obviously got the memo, right?
Yeah, that too.
The poster 7?
I kind of understand how it works. That'll be a penny.
It's right there, man.
Oh, you got it, my friend.
Yeah,
Thank
I'll
you.
do the survey if you get the receipt.
Oh, coming up.
I always
Yeah.
do, man.
No, it's.
How long have you been the
I've been here
postmaster?
3 years.
Postmaster 3 years, or?
Yeah, here. I've been in other offices, but I've been
Have
in
you?
this office for 3. No, it's.
I'm just trying to get your side of it. I don't want to waste too much time,
No,
but
you're not doing anything.
yeah, because I'm gonna head out of here anyway.
I've seen some of the videos.
Have you really? Yeah. Why make a fool of yourself, right?
I'm foolish enough as it is.
You make
Yeah.
a fool of yourself
Yeah,
by
right.
doing
No, I
this
didn't
for a
say that.
living, you idiot.
No, you guys make yourself look good. You know, that's. I mean, it's just like with the police and any other government entities. You know, it's either you make yourself look silly or you make yourself look good.
Absolutely. So,
So I appreciate it. Yeah, you had a couple people out there that weren't too happy, but
customers are my.
yeah, customers,
Oh,
FedEx.
I can't vouch for customers.
No, obviously not. You know, but if they, you know, sometimes what they'll do is they'll come in and they'll talk to you or another
I
staff
said
member.
he's not doing anything wrong.
Did you? Yeah. I
mean,
appreciate
a couple
it.
people. Why was you out there videotaping?
Really?
It's
Yeah.
on public property.
Exactly.
He can do what he wants.
Yeah.
It's not-
Yeah. As long as I'm not, you know.
As long as
taking-
you're not doing transactions.
Well, yeah. So
it's kind of a gray area.
It is a gray
compared to
area.
See, the
stuff.
transactions are where you're not
so it's
supposed
actually
to
not against the
record.
law to
It's
gather,
against poster
not, I
7,
wouldn't say
though.
gather the information, but like say, you know, say I'm standing here and somebody's standing there and I see them putting their pen. You know, as long as I'm not using that
Yeah, as long as
information,
you're not- yeah, I-
Why
I
are
know,
you-
you know what I'm saying?
you know what it's called, the bankers or bank.
He didn't bother you. He didn't
Bank
care that you were
Secrecy Act,
recording. Why are you
exactly,
still
yeah.
As long
yapping?
as you're not stealing it. You know,
They
as long
passed
as-
the audit. Done. Go
Seeing-
home.
Seeing is one thing. But
Well, seeing and taping in public is the same thing. You can't trespass the eyes.
Yeah.
So that's where the gray area you're talking about, you know. But as long as you don't take that information,
doing it, so it's not-
no. But as long as you're not using that information,
Are you waiting for more
you're not
customers
really
to come
breaking
in
the
so
law.
you
Yeah.
can get
you know,
a
at that
reaction
point.
from
So
them?
to
What are you
get the
doing?
information, not that I'm here for that anyway.
I know.
Um,
Do what you think.
Yeah, I'm just doing my thing, man. Trying to
Okay, you did your thing. Now leave.
make sure that, you know, people are just respecting our rights.
He's probably
and
thinking the
that's
same
it.
thing
So
I just
you,
said.
You know, you
Okay,
posted 7. You
cool.
know, for
Yeah, get outta
photographs
here.
Purposes, commercial purposes, and all that.
I didn't know.
You know the poster 7?
No.
You don't know you
I
posted 7?
don't.
Come on, can I show you?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I'm fine.
Oh God.
It's education.
I just-
It-
I've never had
He
a
didn't
problem.
give you a hard time
No,
about
yeah,
filming.
it's called poster 7 or rules and regulations.
Yeah, which specifically forbid you from doing this. They're just
And
letting you do
obviously,
it
you already
because
know,
everyone knows that this
you
has
know,
become a
so
thing, and they're
2016,
starting to
and
be
then
told,
photographs being used
just leave those
advertising for
idiots
commercial
alone, because
purposes.
all they're going to do is
So
look
let
for
me ask
Yeah,
you-
I've
trouble.
never called it. I just
Yeah, so it says right here, and a lot of people have
I just called the conduct.
a lot. Yeah, a lot of people have. This is where it breaks off. So it says photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, quarters, or auditoriums
Right.
when used for public meetings, except where prohibited. Official
Right.
signs of security force
Yeah.
personnel, other authorized personnel, or federal court order or rule.
Yeah.
So like that's
I know.
pretty much.
I know. I just
That's pretty much stating
Yeah.
right after that. It's pretty much stating like restricted areas.
Yeah.
So if you were to like invite me back there and you said, "Look, I can invite you back here, but you
Right.
can't record," that's
Yeah,
where
you'd have
that
to- you'd have
that's
to
where
go.
that applies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're out here. Public space.
Exactly.
Fishing, yep.
All right, man. Hey,
Baiting,
I
fishing,
appreciate it.
nothing,
Okay,
nothing.
Thank you.
It's
Trying to
I'll
stretch
put
it
the
out. Keep
video
trying to
probably
stretch
next
it
week
out.
up. It'll be on YouTube. I don't know if you watch YouTube,
I've seen some of it.
but you guys are gonna like make yourself look good. The customers, on the other hand, they don't speak on behalf of the post office, so
Absolutely not.
you know, and I do want to make that clear.
All right,
You know,
no
so
problem.
Okay.
all right, man.
good.
What was your name?
Look at him. He's like,
Steve,
okay,
thank
good.
you,
Now
man.
shut
I
up.
appreciate it.
Get out of my
You
post
too.
office, you idiot.
All right, everyone. So that's going to be it over here today at the South Deerfield, Massachusetts post office on our First Amendment audit.
All right. That's enough of that idiot. Um, so, yeah. Nothing like someone with half my IQ educating me. Yeah. He stopped and read the whole thing. He read it but doesn't comprehend. That is the question. Well, if you read his comment at the bottom, it says, "I know there's some controversy about this second half, but I spoke to my lawyers and they said I could record." But here's the point. And this is like what I was saying while I was, because that's the first time I saw this, right? We watched it together. So I didn't really have time to let any of it sink in. But basically, what happened there? He harassed one of the employees who was loading the dock, right? And then he harassed a customer as they were walking out. Then he went in there, and the postmaster, he said, "You got the memo, right?" Obviously, we all know now that post offices are being told, because now that this is a thing, when those guys go in, if they're not bothering any customers or anything, just ignore it. And just, just give them their stuff, whatever, and they'll leave you alone. So that's what the postmaster's trying to do, because there were no customers in there at the time. So what does he do? Does he buy his stamp and say pass and leave? No, he had to keep going and going and going and going. Why? Because he was trying to fish for some sort of content for the video besides the 30 seconds of interactions he had before that. It's, I don't know, man. So much of what they do seems so transparently, obviously baiting to me, that when I see them doing it, and especially when I see how their fans eat it up, it's like, come on, how do you not see that this is intentional? What's up, Sweet Death? Pat, Wolf Girl, oh man, Dave Malik. I got a good group in here today, boy. His lawyer, Bobby Laws. Yeah, right? Oh my goodness. I wish the clerks wouldn't speak to them or anything. The next plague on our economy is a 1-cent stamp. Probably. See, here's the thing with the clerks interacting with them. And again, that's the whole point, is technically, all right, so just for anyone who doesn't actually already know this, the Poster 7 is basically a summary of the actual rule book, because they can't post the entire phone book sized book on the wall. So they summarize everything and condense it into a poster. But the actual rules specifically say that you're not allowed to record transactions, right? So that's why when this whole auditing post offices thing first started, they always got a negative reaction, because even if the people working in the post office didn't know or understand Poster 7, they knew and understood that they've been told that you're not supposed to let people record transactions. So when they come in with the camera at you, it's like, whoa, hey, wait a minute, you can't do that. But Again, because it's become a thing, now they're being told, just let these idiots do their thing and get out of your hair so that it isn't a big deal. So I guess in that sense, they're starting to get what they want, but ultimately, who cares? I mean, seriously, like, all right, let's say that this becomes the standard for all post offices. Like, if somebody comes in and wants to record, you just leave them alone and let them record, and that's it. Okay, so that's a big victory for the frauditors. Cool. And what? How is that increasing my freedom? How is that increasing our liberty? So now, if I want to record people buying stuff in a post office, I can. Okay. Why would I want to? Like, how is that helping anyone or anything? It's pointless. Let's see. What else do we got here? I put up poster 7 in my bathroom so that my mother in law could audit the room. Oh, man. That's good. Frauditor Troll covered poster 7 today. Yeah, it comes up all the time. I even have a chapter about it in my book. um, but yeah, they always try to use that as like some kind of excuse. And then one of my favorite things is when, hey, what's up, Hank? Um, one of the things that they do that I love so much, and it comes up all the time with these morons, is taking the whole poster 7 thing as their argument, right? I could record because of poster 7. I could record because of poster 7. And then if somebody points out the second half that they always skip, well, technically it says that we could ask you to stop. Then they go, oh, well, poster 7 doesn't go over my rights. It doesn't, I still have the right to. It's like, well, wait a minute. You're the one who was using poster 7 as your shield. And now that shield broke down, you're like, oh, well, that doesn't mean anything anyway. Well, if it doesn't mean anything anyway, then how could you use it as your argument? These guys always talk in circles and contradict themselves and all this nonsense. That's what they do. They're professional non sequiturs. Oh, man. Non sequitur. And then false equivalencies. Yeah, I just did a whole video just about that, basically. When I got married, we used poster 7 as our vows. That's awesome. Let's see. The dog with the glasses is here. I actually, it's funny that you say that because I actually have my glasses, my reading glasses. I have a dog that's a glasses holder, and when you put it on there, it looks like he's wearing them. It's cute. Let's see. They never expect people to actually read it and then call them out on it. Yeah. To have until hold until audit we trust. Oh my goodness, that's great. So let's see what else we got going on with these morons this right now. Let's see if there's any new stuff I didn't watch yet. Oh, that's watching the Watchman's new video. I don't care about that. I already saw him against its view of it. I don't know. You guys want to watch KC Camera Boy's newest one? Yeah, thank you, News Now Enemy. Yeah, hit that like button, everybody. Let's see. All right, let's see. We're gonna check out. Oh well, wait a minute. There's so many news ones. All right, we'll start with KC Camera Boy because these are
Thanks,
almost
Casey Camera.
always a shit show. So let's see if this is a good one. It's hard because I didn't watch these ahead of time. I'm trying to watch them with you guys. So if nothing happens, it's not my fault. Let's see. Gotta get it on the screen for you. It's called Entitled is spelled wrong. Entitled Latina Karen Gets the Education of Shame. Oh boy. Let's see this.
We're here working on the First Amendment audit with Data Confidential to see if these people respect our freedom of press.
Yes, can I help you?
Yes. How can I help you?
No, you. What are you doing?
Oh, yes. Photos.
Huh?
Thank you.
Excuse me?
Thank you
Yeah,
very
what
much, Susan, for
Taking
joining.
pictures.
What? May I ask for what?
Yeah.
And
who are
thank
you?
you,
If don't mind me
John.
asking?
This is not a super chat because Poster
Oh, nice to
7
meet you.
said
Is,
so. I
any
love
Tony
that.
or Lalo here by any chance? Like Eduardo, I think. To do it?
Yes, but can I ask the question for what reason?
Yes.
Uh-huh. What is the reason?
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
I can't hear you.
What's his name?
No, but what is the reason you're taking pictures?
I would like not to disclose it
Okay,
because, I
then
mean,
it's
it's private.
Well, if it's private, you guys are making it public, so
Well,
Right.
that's the thing. We're gonna
I like
publish it.
that.
it's not that private.
Is there any way, like, can get your
In order
permission?
in order for me to help you, I need to know why.
What is it?
No, in order for me to help you, I need to know what are you looking for.
Yes, is Tony here and Eduardo?
Who's looking for him and why are you taking pictures and videos?
It's likely not undisclosed yet.
What time do you guys close again?
If you're not gonna tell me why you're asking questions, we don't know nothing.
Is your name Eduardo or Lalo?
Her name is not Eduardo or Lalo, okay?
Oh, okay.
They're visitors.
But what was your question, anyways?
Why are you taking pictures and movies?
Yes.
Why?
It's 'cause, I mean, the thing. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Look at the. Oh,
I mean, we're just
man,
taking
Casey
some
Camera Boy is
footage.
such a
How
piece
can
of
I help you?
garbage.
What do you need?
We don't need help. We called you. Why do you call her? Huh? You're gonna get me in trouble. Now they know that I'm here. Well,
Who knows if you're
can you
here?
please don't take pictures?
I'm gonna.
Hey, she's taking pictures. Can you cover me, bro? My wife is gonna find out. Hey, don't stop. She's getting me, bro. Hey, can you please don't do that?
Who are you?
No.
Can I ask who are you? Where are you videotaping? Can I ask?
Look
who
at
are
these
you?
smart ass jagoffs. I don't.
Hey, please, no. Hey,
6 feet, 6 feet.
6 feet, please.
Where am I?
Hey, but don't do. Hey, can you tell her to stop,
No, don't take pictures.
please? Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
Don't take pictures of me. Hey, what's going on with this lady?
What?
Oh my God. Huh?
Why are you videotaping me?
Uh,
What's going on with you? What's
Yeah.
wrong? Why are you
my God,
videotaping me?
can you get her like away from me, please?
Yeah, 6.
Él me está tomando video, yo le quiero tomar video a él.
No grabación.
No,
Okay,
no, no.
why are you videotaping me? If you have the right to videotape me, I have the
Man.
right to
Why are you
videotape
taping me?
Hey, she's still is she still taping?
Yeah, I think she.
Hey, don't.
Are you live right now?
You're taking.
But don't take pictures, please.
I am live.
You're on TikTok?
On YouTube.
Oh, YouTube?
Why we? Oh,
Oh, what?
how
A,
will you do that?
How about Instagram?
No, don't. I can't.
No.
You need to delete the footage, ma'am. You need my legal permission. You need my legal permission, ma'am.
she's an
I'm
entitled
warning you.
Karen. She's at work, and you're filming her at her job. What are you?
Get a hold of you. If you delete the footage, I delete it. How about that?
If you post anything of me, I
Okay.
can sue you too.
Like that? Why
Yeah.
you gotta be like that?
Because you're doing it to me.
You know that's dirty, right?
You say you're on YouTube, so you're gonna get sued too. Then
Yeah, we're right on YouTube, dude.
she's gonna post it. She said, yeah. She's
Well, I'm a
Yeah,
post
these
you
guys
on
are-
my news
I'm
network.
getting videotaped by you guys. So
Like way at the
I'm
bottom.
gonna post you on
Worst
my
of the
news
worst. Casey Camera
You know
Boy's
what?
among
You're
the.
recording.
Shushi.
The
you're
scummiest of the
recording me
scum.
with your phone.
Can you shushi, please?
You're recording me with your
Shush.
phone.
We're trying to do
Please.
our work, and you're coming out here for
No,
no
you're
reason.
not. You're trying to make her
See
do
what you just
this.
did, bro? See what you just did?
What is your work?
That's
What is
all
your work?
you.
What's your name?
Your fault.
Where are you from?
No,
Tell
what
her
is
to
your
shoot you.
What is your
work?
work?
Well, this is the
What
business.
city?
All right, this idiot drives me nuts every time. I hate this guy so much. All right, so. All right. I still have never gotten anywhere near, and I've been on Frauditor Troll and talked to Rogue Nation when he debated him. I talked to Craig on Troll's channel twice. I talked to Good Guy Audits on his channel. I talked to Audit Them on Audit Them's channel. I've been on all these panels with all these guys, and not once has anyone given me anything. Oh, and I talked to Rights Crispy too on there. none of them have been able to give me anything even remotely resembling a decent explanation as to how auditing a private business has anything to do with our constitutional rights. And yet they continue to do it. And again, that doesn't mean that I'm for regular fraudits. Again, it's very important. And I have to make sure everyone understands that I call them fraudits for a reason. I don't have a problem with audits. All right. I watch Ironton Auditor. I see what he's doing. I think it's great. Right. I don't have a problem with cop watching. I don't have a problem with auditing. It's frauditing, right? And it's doing these stupid things. I don't support it if they're doing it against government offices. I don't support it if they're doing it against cops. But at least I can understand the argument. I may not agree with it. I might think it's bull, but I get the point they're trying to make. I see the picture they're trying to sell, even though it's obviously BS. But when it's a private business, that doesn't even work. That's not even an excuse. They're just bothering people to bother people. What other purpose could it possibly serve to audit a private business? None. Yeah, Hank, you want to come up here and hang out? Sure. Let me get you on here, brother. All right, this is for Hank. Boom. Later, y'all. Take it easy, Madman. Take it easy, Madman Smitty. Hello, everyone. Oh, Mrs. Schrodinger's cat. It is an honor. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. Man, we got a good group today. I'll tell you what. All right, and now we have a guest. We have Hank's Corner. What's up, Hank?
Hey, buddy.
How you doing? So yeah, what were you talking about, Chili?
Did you watch Frog's coverage of the dismissal request from Forney?
No, I did not see that yet.
It might be good. You might want to pull it up, and it's not too long. Nice little short, but
yeah, we can watch that together. Why not? Let's see. It's on
found it
Frog's
really.
channel?
Yes, I found it really interesting that the accusation of perjury.
Okay, so he's got two. Delete laws committed perjury, and delete laws maths is about the same level as his law.
The delete laws committed perjury is the one that I watched this morning.
All right, so let's go ahead and check that out right now. See what we got here. Hold on. Where's the? Okay. Just got to set it up for you. Anyway, how's everybody else doing today while I'm setting this up? Oh, here we go. Okay. Get that on the screen. All right, let's check out what's going on with this.
I have been wondering if delete lols could serve at a McDonald's. We have the response.
I don't think so.
Defendants
Right.
to Eunice Lafferty's lawsuit. This is going to be fun. I'll read it for the first time with you. I won't bother with the title, but it's
it's up on Clean Hands.
B brackets 5 motion to dismiss for insufficient process and brief in support. Right, let's get going. Come now, defendants David Holman, Officer Smith, and City of Forney. Hereinafter, Forney defendants. Pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 12(b)(5, and file their motion to dismiss for insufficient process and brief in support as follows. 1. Introduction. Forney defendants and deficient service. The pro se plaintiff has sued two City of Forney police officers, Officer Holman and Corporal Smith, along with the City of Forney, arising a road rage incident between the plaintiff and another driver occurring November 10, 2021. These Forney defendants have been ensnared in this litigation due to plaintiff disagreeing with the officer's investigation of such accident and the brief detention of plaintiff at the scene.
Oh boy.
In his complaint,
Of course.
plaintiff decries alleged anti-Muslim sentiment from Officer Holman, although the entire incident was recorded on video, rebuking same. And then we have some footnotes to that first page.
Of course.
Leaving his spurious allegations aside, the plaintiff's threshold problem is more glaring. Neither he nor his internet self-promoting custodian of the court, Jose de Castro, have properly served any of these defendants. The flatedly flawed service of this summons in the civil action is not only evidenced by even a cursory review of the proof of service, docket 8 and 9, but further underscored by the very video posted online crowing about purported but clearly defective service. A copy of such video is attached here too as exhibit number 1.
I'm not even a lawyer. I
Through
could have
the
told you
botched
that.
handiwork of the plaintiff's cohort custodian of the court, De Castro, the summons was simply dumped with administrative employees in the City of Forney's manager's office and a technician at the Forney Police Department. Specifically, the summons were merely dropped off with Megan Killingsworth, the executive assistant to the Forney City manager, and Tamara Osborne, a records technician in the police department, neither of whom were authorized to accept federal summons, have it in their job description to do so, nor are they statutorily designated as a proper person for service on a governmental entity. Indisputably, none of these summons were properly served on any individual defendant or a proper representative for the City of Forney, nor did anyone agree to accept service on behalf of any of the defendants. The court should quash the purported service and dismiss without prejudice all.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let this play for a minute, and then if it ends while we're still on and I'm not here, because my son just got stung by a bee, so I gotta go really take care of that real quick. So if you have to take over, Hank, go ahead. But I'm still here. Just I'm gonna go help him.
Alrighty.
Claims against these defendants. We'll read this one. The proof of service is signed by Jose de Castro with an address in Santa Monica, California. Presumably, he's the same person on the video. Throughout his video, Mr. De Castro spouts his personal skewed beliefs about the law and freely gives bad advice about filing and service of a federal lawsuit. He also curiously describes himself as a custodian of the court. And this one, although proof of service form has been doctored to fit Mr. De Castro's curious actions during his service attempt, he marked, under penalty of perjury, that he personally served the individual officers at Forney Police Department and the city at Forney City Hall. Under penalty of perjury, De Castro. And this one, when attempting to serve the officers at the police department, Tamara Osborne can be heard clearly telling Mr. De Castro that the officers are not there. Right. 2. Legal standard. A motion brought pursuant to Rule 12(b)(5) seeks dismissal based upon defective service of process. Quinn v. Miller. Under Rule 12(b)(5), defendants may challenge the method of service attempted by the plaintiff or the lack of delivery of the summons and the complaint. Bowman v. Sandolfi Aventis. Once such a motion has been filed, the party serving process has the burden of establishing its validity. Starrett v. Lockheed Martin Corporation. When serving a party fails to meet its burden, a court may
I'm here.
exercise its discretion,
All right.
quash the service, and dismiss without prejudice all claims against the improperly served defendants. 3. Arguments and authorities. Plaintiff purports to have served the thorny defendants. However, plaintiff, through putative process server De Castro, just dumped the summons with administrative employees working for the city of Forney. As previously discussed above and described more fully below, plaintiff's service of these summons is wholly insufficient. Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 4 establishes the procedure for effectuating valid service of process. To effect proper service, a summons must be served with a copy of the complaint, Rule 4, C, 1, and the plaintiffs must comply with the rules governing service of process according to the type of defendant plaintiffs seek to serve. See Rule 4, E. Delineating rules
All
for
right,
serving.
hold on. I'm going to pause this for a minute. So, first of all, what a surprise that even with Bobby Law's help, he wasn't able to properly serve his papers. Second, so my son's finger is red and a little swollen, but it's okay. The stinger wasn't in there, so that's good. I think it was just more of him, saying "ow" because obviously it hurts and he's a little guy and it's his first sting. But it looks like he's fine. So thank you guys for your concern, though. I mean, this is the first time he's ever been stung, so hopefully he's not allergic, but I don't think so. You sucked up a bee once in your straw and it stung you on the roof of the mouth? Oh!
Ow.
Yeah. I'm glad that never... The worst one I ever got was I actually, one time when I was a kid, stepped on a dead wasp, but it was facing, like its butt was facing up, so I stepped on the stinger and it went into my foot. And that was horrible. I couldn't walk because it was not fun. Plus, the bottom of your feet are more sensitive, unless you got it all calloused up and stuff. But anyway, yeah. So I get the gist of this. It's Chili, obviously, not doing what he supposedly is supposed to do, and of course, his old buddy Bobby Laws didn't help him much. Yeah, got here late. William Grabber, what's up? Yeah, we've just been kind of catching up since I haven't been doing too many lives lately, and watching a couple videos. We were just watching a video where the court is basically saying that Chili's paperwork in Forney, Texas wasn't properly submitted, which of course, duh, thanks to Bobby Laws, it's not gonna be, right? And then all the people in the chat talking about bee stings. While we were here, I had to stop for a minute because my son got stung by a bee, so poor little guy. But other than that, yeah, we're just killing time, hanging out, having a nice Sunday afternoon chat. So what else you been up to, Hank?
Oh, been busy with trying to survive the heat wave and get a few things done that I can when it's cool enough.
It's been so hot. I'm here in Florida right now. In the last couple of days, it's been like 104, 105 with the heat index. And we've been having these horrible thunderstorms on top of it. So it's just been humid and hot and miserable.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a big drought. We got a little bit of rain a couple of days ago that cooled us down kept us below 100 for a couple days, but
yeah, not
we've been getting close to 110.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty hot, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. I've been looking in fact, so my next video I got coming out is going to be a part 2 or episode 2 of my bit that I did last week, where I have the two guys and I play both of them. Which,
Uh
by
huh.
the way, one of the funniest parts about that is I had a lot of responses from people who actually thought I was two different guys. They're like, "Both of you guys are idiots making fun of these auditors," and it's like, well, first of all, it's just me playing two different characters. I didn't even change my voice. They still thought I was two different
Oh,
people.
maybe they
So,
think you're twin brothers doing a show.
hey, whatever. That means my editing was that good if they actually fell for it, right? Um,
Or they're just complete morons.
right?
Not
Um,
not not to put your video down or anything. I'm just
no, yeah, absolutely. I agree. Like, you're so stupid you couldn't figure out that all I did was shave. And the whole point initially, as a joke, was supposed to be there was me, and then there was me with a goatee, which is what I have now. But the idea was like that Star Trek episode where the only way you knew the evil Spock from the good Spock was he had a goatee.
yeah.
It was supposed to. Anyway, but so I finished filming the second episode, and I'm just, waiting to get it up and posted and stuff. I got to clean up a couple of the edits on it still too. But the reason I bring that up isn't just for nice promo, shameless promotion, plugging my stuff, but because one of the videos I cover in it, because I've decided to keep the same format, which is whatever four audit videos are the four most viewed at the time I'm making the video are the four I'm going to cover. And one of them is this one where Erie County. Did you see this? Where he goes into the city hall and signs in as Dan Erie County, and
Oh.
then the cops are like, it's crazy because the cops really do go nuts, like, dude, that's not your real name, you can't do that. And it becomes this big thing. He's arguing with the cops for over an hour. It ended up getting covered on the local news. They ended up having to change the policy at the building because of it. Like, it was this big hubbubaloo. And that whole situation to me was just insane, because how do you walk into a place like that, sign an obviously fake name, if you're not doing that? Because he was there for over an hour arguing with the cops. It would take maybe 5 seconds to explain, "Oh, I'm here on official business, so I signed in under my business name." He couldn't take 5 seconds to just say that, but he could spend an hour arguing with the cops about his name. Oh man, cops are road pirates. Oh man, see, these idiots call him. He calls the cops pignorant in this video and everything. Uh,
Mm.
I don't know, man. Well, you didn't see that one, but anyway, so I cover it in that a little bit. It was kind of hard when I was trying to cover it, and this is one of the reasons why I decided to go with that format for my videos. Not all my videos, but just I want to make that a regular thing, where it's me talking to another character that's myself, is because there are certain things that occasionally, sometimes these guys do bring up legitimate points to a certain extent. So, kind of like arguing with myself, right? Like,
Hmm.
part of me can kind of see their argument, and part of me is like, no, this guy's just making crap up. And like, so have the two different characters. One of them be like, oh, I see what he's saying, and the other would be like, no, no, and I don't know. It's just an idea, but I'm working with it. Oh, look at this. Thank you very much, Salacious, for the super chat. I like PBS. I'm viewing and being entertained, so I need to pay the piper. Oh, this is like PBS. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. You give your donations. And that is true. Yeah, you're watching it, you're getting entertained. Um, Nobody's asking you for anything, so we're more than happy to take it if you give it. And I appreciate that very much, Salacious. Thank you. Um, do you ever watch those scam baiting videos with call centers and all? I love what's his name? The guy that does Granny and a couple other different characters. If you're
Yeah,
talking, yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
yeah,
My
it's
my
like,
my
go ahead.
favorite's Jim Browning.
Yeah, he's really good too. Yep, yep. Yeah, I love those scam baiters. That's in fact, that was one of my influences to kind of do this a little bit. Um, Although I haven't run into any frauditors in real life. Now I've seen Kit Boyga. Yes, that's him. I love
Yeah.
that guy. Yep. Um, I've seen recently some frauditor videos from a frauditor called Cammed Up Caveman that I noticed from watching them that the places he was auditing were, I
In your
recognized
area.
them literally from being in the area. Yeah. So I would love to catch him out there once and actually do an audit of an audit. Like, I think that would be great fun. But I also know that the last video, or not the last one he posted, but the last one I saw of him, he got in a fist fight with the dude. So I don't know where someone's going to be getting violent and pepper spraying and all that. Um, Cammed Up Caveman is an absolute jerk. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But I've always had that in the back of my head. Was like, if I could run into one of these guys in real life and actually make a video of me auditing them doing their audit, I thought would be hilarious. Um, my son's in the background saying, "Oh, audit the audit." There's already a channel called Audit the Audit, and in fact, one of their videos is on my next video that's coming out. And well, basically, as soon as I could get it uploaded and approved by YouTube.
Well, if I remember right, you're kind of in the same area as Gary Snow.
Well, I'm not sure exactly where he's at right now because um, the problem is that this, well, it's not a problem, but it's just the way it is. At this point, I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between Chicago, Wisconsin, and Florida.
Ah,
But,
okay.
so I mean, I have, my permanent residence, but uh, for anyone who doesn't know, a few months ago, a couple different things happened, but the big thing was that my mother was in a car accident and she lives in Florida and she needed someone to come down and help her with her recuperation and all that. And at that time, I was teaching, and that was like while I was teaching when the whole COVID thing hit and all the schools closed down. I wasn't getting any work, so I was sort of just bouncing around doing other kinds of work in the meantime. So I had an opening to fly down here and help her out. So I did that, but then again, my kids live in Wisconsin with my wife, so I've been sort of going back and forth. Now that they're out of school, the kids are down here with me right now, so whatever. But it's a lot of traveling, but that's why I'm like, well, if I could run into one of these idiots, that'd be great. But they never seem to show up when I'm there.
Yeah. Well, his main target seems to be, what is it, Daniel Sheets, that the
I
guy
think
who
so.
ran for some political office,
Yeah,
but has a real beef with the cops.
yeah. There's a couple of those too. Um, uh, yeah, that's running on the political platform of trying to change the police and all that. It's, I don't know. Some of this stuff goes so far overboard sometimes with these guys, and it occasionally, while I'm covering this stuff, I just get so sick to my stomach watching these idiots get away with this obvious nonsense, and watching how their fans support them so much drives me nuts. Did you watch the debate the other day with Troll and what was it? What was that idiot's name that he just debated? Rights Crispy, and then Good
Mm-mm.
Guy Audits showed up, and it turned into a complete shit show. I was there for that part because nobody wanted to talk to Rights Crispy, like literally nobody. So I was like, all right, well, we need somebody to pop up. So I popped up there, and actually, Rights Crispy, you know, whatever happens in his videos, as far as the debate goes, he was being reasonable, you know. And it was actually going very nicely, very well. And then Good Guy Audits got in there and started like, you ask him, so why do you like doing these audits? And his answer is basically like, well, you're fat and you're stupid, and I don't like you guys. It's like, okay, well, but what does that have to do with what we're trying to debate here? Just ad hominem attacks and nonsense. Pointless. Pointless. Let's see. Put tracking devices on all of them. Sorry, just looking at the chat, trying to get caught up. So I don't know. You see any other interesting ones that we might could cover? No.
None that are sticking out in my head right now.
All right. Well, here, let's just. I'm gonna do a quick search just in general, and see what's going on. Boom, 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 boom. I always do my little search here. First Amendment audits. Let's see. Anything that I haven't covered yet, or it looks interesting from the thumbnail. Oh, here we go. 1 hour ago, beware the Karens from Accountability for All. Ooh, AFA's back. Let's see what he's doing.
AFA's just enjoying
Can the commissioner
his.
record you?
His what?
Oh, we're just,
He's just enjoying riding his little rise in popularity due to.
Oh, his chili thing with the parade and
Yeah.
all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little bit of our people like not completely hating his guts. So, all right. Let's see.
I'm trying to document. We're working on content for a story. So.
Oh yeah, that's standard.
It. Well, I appreciate the request. Yeah. Hi, how are you? Do you guys do the elections in this office? Do you do the elections in this office? Yeah, I'm just filming my interaction. So she won't help me. What's going on, guys? Police State Production is the Weymouth Town Hall conducting a First Amendment audit. Let's take a look.
Well, Doc, I'll tell you, there's like what Hank was saying earlier, the whole thing with him and Chile after that happened, the fact that he and so many auditors are against Chile.
Thank you.
Kind of made him a little bit more tolerable, but
employee entrance only.
It's still the same standard nonsense, right? We're going to walk into the place. We're going to film them. They're going to say we don't like being filmed. And instead of being a decent human being and saying, okay, I have empathy. I understand you don't like being on camera. You're just going to, I have the right to film you whether you like it or not. So, it's crap.
There's no one down that way.
Josh Abrams was on the Judge Mathis show?
Twice, from what I understand.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. Now, more riveting, newsworthy content.
Nice. Very nice office. Hi. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. This building's pretty old, but the inside looks really new.
Yeah. I think they do improvements here and there.
Very cool. Yeah, new mixed with old. I like it. Very cool.
What are you guys doing this office, man?
Tax collectors.
Oh,
Excise,
the money.
water, house taxes.
Okay. And what's your name now?
Mine, Melinda.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too.
Hi, Melinda. Look at that flamingos here. It's very,
Trying to decorate.
very summery.
It smells good too.
We have
It
a
does
Glade
smell
plug-in.
Oh.
Glade plug-ins do all that. Look at that. Very cool. Did you know the pineapple is the international symbol for hospitality?
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, that's what they have there? No, but maybe.
Maybe it's just because it's a fruit. I feel like I've told you that before.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Now, this is a perfect example of the type of thing I'm talking about when it comes to strategy from their point of view, right? What just happened? He walked into the office to film his business because he has business, whatever. No, it's to film the reaction from the lady. She didn't give him one. He started like talking about everything else to kind of try and fish for something. Nothing happened, so he left. So, what business did he have in that office? What was he trying to do if it wasn't fishing for a reaction? Because all he actually did do was fish for a reaction. I don't know, man. What do you think, Hank?
I think it's pretty obvious that they're just fishing for something that's click worthy.
Yep. Hello, Leanne. All right. Let's get back to it. See what happens when they go into the next office.
You take the lead here.
You take the lead here. I couldn't get the reaction last time, so maybe you could get one this time.
There you go.
I know.
Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, come back.
Let's take paperwork that we plan to do nothing with.
Yeah, right? Real quick, I just wanted to address something in the chat. Anyone here who doesn't know who Doc Danger is, I actually like him a lot because he's kind of in between. Like, I've seen him with the frauditors, I've seen him on our end, and it seems like whenever I actually talk to him, he has an unbiased view. Like, I mean, again, you might not agree with some of the stuff, but at least it seems like if he sees them obviously blatantly crossing the line, he'll call them out on it just as much as he'll call out the cops or the city workers or anyone else. So if you see him in the chat or whatever and you don't agree with something he's saying, don't give him a hard time. He's actually a good guy. So I just wanted to say that. All right.
She was just doing personal information, signing up for a home, so we can go back there.
That's quite unfrauditor of him.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it seems like he's actually trying to do something, but then he always ends up crossing the line. One of the things he did recently that I covered a little bit in one of my videos was, and this really drove me nuts, is he called the cops and then yelled at them when they came. Like, why are you guys coming here? Well, because you called us. Yeah, but you didn't have to come here for a call. It's just asking for questions. Like,
Uh-huh.
oh, Richard Hillard, I saw that. Now that would be great. You know what? We could just spend the next hour just watching a loop of Craig from CH&TY getting slammed to the floor in his booking. That was
Hi,
hilarious.
just taking a peek. What do you guys do in this office?
Town council office.
Oh, very cool. Those elected positions, right?
Correct, yes.
How often do you guys do elections? Every 2 years?
Every 2 years.
Very cool. Very cool. So is there a mayor or is just the city council?
Mayor's office is next door.
Oh, very cool. Thank you.
All right, so wait a minute. Hold on a second. I'm going to pause this again. All right, so we're 6 minutes into a video called Beware, Karens. You're not allowed to film. First Amendment audit. And what's happening? So far, nothing. Is this a clickbait title? I
Or does he
wonder.
finally get somebody that he pushes the wrong buttons to, and they don't like him there?
Right, exactly. Oh, I just noticed in the background an American flag with gold fringe. Oh, they gotta love that. Oh
Well,
boy,
Josh is not. I have never seen him
he's not a soft
do
set.
anything on the soft set spectrum.
Yeah, he's honestly, I even though some of his cop baiting really drives me nuts, he does seem to be overall on the lower end of the evil scale. Obviously he's not a Casey Cameron boy or a Eli or SGV type.
Yeah,
Um,
as long as he stays away from trying to kidnap people and impersonate police.
right. All right, let's see if anything actually happens in here. Let's go.
Yeah, so those are the people that fought in the war. Like if you were in muster, you were automatically allocated to serve. Muster means like roll call, to scramble. So if they gave a muster call to this city, all the eligible men over 14 would have to sign up and go fight. Yeah. Yeah. They got so much new technology in this building. Very cool.
Hey, how you
Hey, how
doing?
you doing?
He
You guys
actually
have a
used
lot
that
of work
term
going on in this place,
semi-correctly.
huh?
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, it looks cool. Is the mayor in? Oh, okay.
What's the mayor's name in this town?
I'm sorry? Yes, ma'am.
Uh-oh.
I need permission to record you?
Oh boy.
Oh, we're just, trying to document. We're, working on content for a story, so we appreciate it. Well, I appreciate the
Respect?
request.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah, do you know when he might be in, when he'll be back in? You don't have to bother. Does he normally have like office days or an email address, a card we can reach out to him at? Okay, perfect.
And what was your name?
Mayor Hedlund, Robert Hedlund.
No, and what was your name?
My name's Casey.
Thank you, Casey.
All right, Casey.
Oh, yeah, what's his?
So you want to schedule?
Sure. What's his availability?
So what we'll do is take your information. I'll leave him the message, and then we'll look at the schedule.
Okay, so phone number, email address and channel name, should that suffice?
Name first.
So we usually just give our channel name.
Okay.
You can write accountability for all.
Accountability for all wants to
give
make
you.
an appointment with the mayor. I wonder if the mayor's going to take that
THE
serious.
AFA CREW at
The AFA
gmail.com.
crew.
Okay. What is
Oh,
the meeting
boy.
regarding?
Just questions about some research, some town resources, and also how you guys process records request forms.
And what's the best number?
Email's actually perfect.
Oh, he's wearing a T-shirt that says "Film the Police."
Thanks, Casey. Appreciate it.
All right, so there was another interaction that wasn't one of these horrible, evil, rotten, no good Karens he put in the title.
I
So
laugh
what?
every time. Give me my permission.
Oh, they're laughing at her because I guess she's
There's the
so
muster
terrible.
lists we was just talking about. Yeah.
Do you think Rogue will actually try to show up to that?
So what's interesting
Sorry,
is like
I'm
all these
responding to the
people,
chat.
I don't know all of them, but a lot of these people passed away fighting for our right to do exactly what the mayor's assistant told us we couldn't do, which I think it's important. Oh, she's on the phone. We might have to wait. I think she's calling the cops.
Yeah, it's still common courtesy that you ask somebody's permission before you start filming them. Might not be illegal, but
Well, that's the thing, and this happens so regularly with all of these idiots. It's like if someone says, "I don't like being recorded, can you please not record me?" They never respond to the person not liking being recorded. They respond, Well, technically, legally, I can record you. Okay, but I'm asking you, as a human being, please don't record me. Well, we don't have humans here, just frauditors, I guess. I even have one that I'm working on. I got it on the back burner where the cop was explaining to the guy, look, it's about empathy. Have you ever heard of empathy? And the guy says, well, what law is that? And it's just like that right there. That's what it's all about. Like it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with any, and it's like, so what? You want them to make feelings and emotions the law so that they can control you guys? Nobody wants that. Oh, man. I also wonder why clerks don't punch him straight in the kisser. Well, I mean, we get a couple videos every once in a while where someone actually fights back a little bit, um, which
Well,
sometimes is actually quite
I'm glad
nice.
we don't see them actually getting physical more often.
Oh yeah, because and that's part of the problem. Like what I was talking about earlier with my next video that's coming out. Um, is that yeah, Doc, you could jump up if you want. I got the link should be in the chat. If you need me to redrop it, I can. But anyway, yeah, it seems like they always. Oh yeah, I was talking about the video that I'm working on. That's come my next video that's coming out. The big one is the Erie County part, because the cops, the way they act in that is very aggressive. Not to the point of physical violence, but of course he tries to sell it that way because they do touch him to try and hold him back a little bit, very little bit. But
Well,
go
yeah,
ahead.
I've got no problem when police have to go hands on after asking somebody to leave half dozen or more times, and they're making no effort to comply.
Right. Well, but ultimately, my point is that the whole situation, because the cops do, like, again, I don't want to say that they're blatantly violating his civil liberties and being tyrants and this and that, but they do overreact. They do. As a human on Earth, I have to admit that the cops overreacted there. But at the same time, if you weren't there baiting a reaction in the first place, that wouldn't happen. It's like they push and push and push and push and push. And then when somebody actually responds to their push, they're like, see, that just proves we're right. That just proves our point. And it's like, well, if you weren't doing that in the first place, they wouldn't act that way. It's just so crazy to
Yeah.
me.
Well, I was watching one just not too long ago that the deputy was asking them over and over to leave, explaining that what they're doing is trespass, and they just want to ignore it and argue. And when they're calling it assault because the police officer guided them out the door. They weren't being rough with it. They weren't shoving.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's a huge difference between like somebody physically assaulting someone and someone trying to escort you out the building, and they always try to sell these just tiny little bit of any tiny little bit of physical contact at all as some huge, insane, brutal assault, and it
Yeah, and
very
they try
rarely
and portray
is.
it like, they try and portray it that the police have no right or ability to put hands on.
Yeah, under any circumstances. Like, oh, come on. Yeah, it's bad. But I guess ultimately the point I was getting at is that um, although sometimes it is cathartic to see these guys, maybe take a little bit of a beating once in a while, there are situations where, you know, they might not be necessarily asking for it. And it's like, I kind of like watching them get theirs when they're asking for it. Not just in general. I want to see these guys get beat up. What's up, Doc?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
And
Excellent, excellent. Glad to hear it.
How are you, Hank?
I'm doing all right.
That's good. That's good.
All
So let
right,
me not,
guys. Yeah,
I
go
don't
ahead,
want to
Doc.
interrupt you. Yeah, let you guys go.
Well, no, we're just, talking about what we're seeing with these idiots. And so you want to throw your 2 cents in? You're more than welcome.
All right. Yeah, I mean, whenever he does this stuff, it really tests the boundaries of our friendship. Um, he even got a guy fired recently, some sort of city employee, which I really have a problem with because that's really, if you want to go out and you want to mess with cops, I kind of like that because there could be repercussions. But when they start messing with citizens and when they start messing with people like that or getting employees fired from jobs, then you're really messing with people's lives. And,
Right.
that's not good.
No, and just for what, ultimately? For YouTube views? Whatever. Again, like I said earlier, whenever anyone's doing regular people, citizens, employees, and especially private businesses, what do they have to do with civil liberties and this and that? They're just trying to move boxes from point A to point B. Like it's pointless and stupid to me.
It's really upsetting when they cost businesses money because of their shenanigans, and they don't give a rat's ass.
Oh yeah, they don't
Like
care at all.
like Silence Boy going in and pestering restaurants and causing customers to be upset. Those customers might not go back to that restaurant because of his being a dick.
Right?
That's
They're
a
like,
good
well, if
point.
this is what going here is like, then I don't want to go there anymore. What were you
Yeah.
saying, Doc?
No, I was just saying that's a good point that he makes. Yeah. As far as
Yeah,
losing business.
that's it. And like one of the things that I pointed out too is these one of the things that auditors love to say, right, when they're talking to people who work like at City Hall or whatever, is if you don't like being filmed, why don't you get a job in the private sector? Which implies that if you have a job in the private sector, auditors won't bother you. Oh, but guess what? If you got a job in the private sector, now you have to worry about Silence Boy or Casey Camera Boy or SGV News or one of
Yeah.
these idiots auditing you there. You can't get away from these morons.
Yeah.
Yeah, would any of these frauditors that want to harass restaurants would they like it if they were doing something that was based on gratuities and somebody comes and makes the people unhappy and less likely to
Leave
tip?
it to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point too.
Yeah. I've been making Denver Metro audits my target lately because he's been harassing the librarian. Uh,
Yes.
he's been to that library 9 times already just because she was rude to him the first time. That's the kind of thing where if that kind of shit happens to you, I mean, it's happened to me many times. You walk into a store, you go someplace to a business, and the person's a little rude to you. You walk out to your car and you go, damn, that person was kind of fucking rude. And that's it. And you go about your
Yep.
business and you forget about it. But somebody's rude to them. Now he's got to make it his life's mission to make this woman miserable. And it's like, dude, you're a douche. You really are.
Because
And
he gets the clicks and views for that confrontation.
Yeah.
well, that's it. And the whole thing started, it wasn't even because I covered the second time he was there live while he was doing it. And the whole thing was Sweet Tea audits went in there, got trespassed, so he came back to stick up for her. So it wasn't even that they were rude to him. It was that they were rude to him because he was bringing back the lady that they trespassed. And right off the bat, he was causing trouble. So it wasn't even just randomly someone was rude to him. It was like, okay, this guy's obviously here with this lady we just trespassed for the purpose specifically of giving us a hard time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they were just responding to him.
Yeah. I had forgotten about that. I had forgotten the origin of how that started. You're right. It
Yeah.
wasn't it
Yeah.
wasn't even that she was rude to him. Yeah.
Yeah, and even if they want to stick to their guns that they're there for their right to film, what when is it appropriate to trample on other people's rights to?
Life, liberty, in pursuit of their happiness.
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
That's it.
I think the thing with most of these guys is they have a feeling of powerlessness in their lives. Like they feel like they have no power. Probably no friends, probably not a whole lot of anything in their lives. And this gives them this feeling of power. Like they feel like they're above everybody else and now they can put other people down. And it's a false sense of power. It's not real. I mean, anybody else watching it can see that. But they buy into it and they have a whole community of like-minded beings that buy into it as well.
Yep. And another thing too with that is also they talk about the like again, it's not always just about the money, but the adrenaline rush, being able to walk up to a cop and give him a hard time, and knowing he's not actually going to be able to do anything about it.
Right.
They you know they like that rush, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but that's kind of like not the way to go about it. And one of the other many things that they do and say that drives me crazy is they're always using this, oh, well, you're wasting police resources by coming out here. No, you're wasting police resources by baiting them to come out there.
Yeah.
True. Facts.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, so let's see what else
Yeah.
happens in this, if anything.
I mean,
No,
if
no, go ahead.
citizens start making complaints and the cops just don't show up, there would be a legitimate bitch about what the cops are doing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too, right? Like you just said, if people are calling the cops and they're not showing up, then everyone's going to complain. How come they didn't come when we called? But when they do come, oh, why are you here wasting your time on just somebody with the camera?
Yeah.
And it's never the camera. It's always the idiot holding it every time.
Well, I think
Now,
it's gotten to that point with Denver Metro audits in the library where the cops, it's been 9 times already. I think they haven't. I don't think they showed up the last couple of times.
yeah, they don't even bother anymore because they know
No.
that the guy's just an idiot.
Which sucks for the librarians.
Yes,
Well,
very much.
I haven't been following that one that closely. I've seen one or two of his videos, but if they've actually trespassed him, then why aren't the cops just removing them?
I don't know. That's a good
Yeah.
question.
I think I mean, obviously, I don't know the police department's official policy, but just based on what I've been seeing in his videos, it just seems like they know he's just another auditor and they're hoping that if they ignore him long enough that he'll stop.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
We don't stop.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I think there's a lot of actual fear from some of the smaller departments on the call flooding shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because that can really tax their resources.
Well, and that goes back to my next video that's coming out with the whole Erie County bit, is because in the end he ends up getting the sign-in sheet that the city hall required you to sign removed through the call flooding he had his fans do.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tones.
Yeah, K-Fire's here too, I noticed. And Pack, we got to.
Oh, hey, K-Far.
You know, I always get really good people in my lives. I got to start doing this more often again. This is fun.
You do.
Right.
You got some good people out there.
Definitely. All right, so let's go back to the these horrible, evil, awful Karens with AFA and see if actually anything ever happens in this video.
Ah.
The archives? Yeah. Now we checked out this building. I think now we'll head downstairs. We're probably gonna have to stick around because I think they called. I went in there. Yeah, she's calling. I'm pretty sure she's calling. All right.
Be right back. I'm going to grab a cup of coffee.
Happy days are here again. They called the cops on us.
They weren't closed. They were closed down there. You can take a look though. And head downstairs.
Despite the fact that Josh and I are
Health
friends,
department.
if he got arrested, I would laugh.
Uh-huh. As far as Frauditor goes, Josh is not one of the worst.
The health department.
He's
is
a lot
down
better than he
here
used to be.
Somewhere. Oh, this way. Oh, cool. We got some bug sprays. Some masks. This is the health department. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Do you guys at the health department? What do you do? Like the public health issues or stuff that's going on recently?
Yeah, we do all sorts of different things, public health related.
You got a busy job, huh?
We do.
Just you in here?
Busy town. No, we have a few people that work.
Oh, okay. So you're not stuck working alone. That's a lot of work for one person.
It is. It's not one person. We have a whole team.
Excellent. What's your name?
Dan.
Dan. Nice to meet you, Dan.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
It was very nice. It says the health
An interaction like
department
that,
is
there's
located
nothing
across
wrong
the hall.
with. But
Well, that's a private office.
Did I miss anything important?
Oh, I don't know.
no, he just had a
Really?
consenting reaction with somebody from the health department. And I was making the comment that that wasn't a bad interaction at all.
International Association of Firefighters. That's cool.
Wow.
You people need to stop making fun of his tits. He's lactating. Leave him alone.
It's the maintenance room. And I keep everything up to date. How's it going, man?
It's actually funny the way that him and Kate from Basshole go back and forth with the insults.
All right. Look, you got the thing. Oh, very cool.
This is informative.
Very informative. Hello.
Oh, what horrible Karens. What?
I'm wondering if the Karen he's referring to is the one that said they had to have
The
permission
old
to
school
film
frame
her.
with the
Really? I wouldn't be surprised. Oh.
yeah, they were closed. I went down the end.
This is what happens when you do this for a living and nothing happens. You got to try and turn it into something.
Yep.
Yeah, and word spreads through the building fast when they're in there, so there's probably a lot of doors that are locked that usually aren't.
Oh, I didn't check the town clerks. I missed this office. It says one at a time. We have to wait our turn. A few moments later.
Ha.
The sign says one at a time. So we're just waiting at the town clerk and registrar's office. So we can go inside and have our turn. But if we're together, can we go in one at a time? How would we conduct our business together?
What business would you have that you need to conduct
Everything. I'll have to
together?
repeat everything twice. Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. Town clerk. A few moments later.
I mean, are they going in to trying to get a marriage license?
Hi, how are you? Do you guys do the elections in this office? Do you do the elections in this office? Yeah, I'm just filming my interaction.
Oh, okay, there we go. That's the one he probably hates
Won't help me.
or is talking about in the
She
title.
walked right away. I just had a question.
Gee, imagine that. She doesn't want to be filmed, so she creates her own privacy by walking the fuck away.
Yeah, there you go.
I just had a question. Yeah, I'll see you later.
Gee, did that sign over there say no cell phones?
Well, not just that, but I mean, is that literally it? like this is the video and the big terrible Karens in the title and everything? It was that? Seriously? Oh man, talk about
Hi, how are you?
grasping at straws trying
You
to
are
find
good with better
content.
with technology than I am.
I don't think so.
Excellent job. Can you tell me, is this office where you guys do elections?
Well,
Like-
yeah, we oversee the elections in this office.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what else happens like what is the purview of the town clerk's office normally in Weymouth?
Well, I would probably, I don't know, I mean, I could have you speak with someone, who could fill you in on everything.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we were trying to ask the young lady over there, but she
Didn't like being filmed.
ran off.
How dare she?
Oh, she didn't want to help us. They're hiding. I can go see. I'm just standing. Are we really nice?
Is it that hard to understand? Some people don't like being on other people's cameras.
Oh, the registrar, perfect. Hi. Good afternoon. I like the color.
Thank you.
Very summery.
No.
You look phenomenal. You look phenomenal. We're just trying to figure out what exactly the town clerk's office covers, like what falls under their purview.
We cover all vital records,
Okay.
elections, census data,
Excellent.
and we are part of the town council.
Oh, wonderful. When you guys do like census work, is that collected yearly? Is it?
Every January.
Oh, okay. And you guys see a lot of changing? Because I know Weymouth is really starting to grow quite a bit.
Well, yeah, that's what we just did, the federal redistricting, and it's been quite an increase of people in Weymouth. Yeah.
Oh, so you redistrict.
Well, we had to. The federal redistricting changed everything.
Okay. So did that require like more council people to work, or is it just kind of changing the
Stayed same,
borders?
Just changing the borders.
Excellent. Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Could I have this young lady's name, please, that was sitting at that chair? Janet? Okay,
Janice.
excellent. Janice. Sorry. And your name?
Kathy.
Kathy. Very nice, very informational, and I love the color of that shirt.
Thank you so much.
Very summery. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right. So a couple observations I want to make about that conversation there that they just had. So what I noticed there that I think is pretty interesting about AFA, old Josh there, he's obviously trying to be somewhat reasonable. He's asking her legit questions. He's engaging in a legit conversation. When he asks her name and she says her first name, he doesn't immediately insist that she has to give her last name. He doesn't start accusing her of not identifying herself because she didn't say her last name. He wasn't being extraordinarily aggressive about the other girl walking away and this and that. But at the same time, it's always very frustrating to me with all of these guys how every one of their videos, someone doesn't like being filmed, but they always act like, well, why? So why are you so freaking out? Like that never happens. And yet that's literally what happens in every single one of their videos.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, but I've filmed post office all over America, and nobody ever reacts like this.
No, no.
Right. Go ahead, Doc.
No, I was gonna say no one ever reacts that way. He's right. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you the thing with AFA is smart. AFA knows what he's doing. He knows the people that he knows his audience. A lot of there are guys who are really good at this and who know what they're doing, and then there are others who watch these videos and say, "Gee, I could do that because I could tell a cop to fuck off," and they don't know the script. They don't understand the script. They don't. I mean, AFA has written the script, so he knows it inside and out. He knows how to play the game. He knows what he's doing, and I hate when he goes out and does it himself. I wish he would just edit the videos. Because I feel like if that's how he wants to make his money, you want to give him their money, then so be it. I'm not, who am I to blow up the spot? But he knows what he's doing, though. Whereas a lot of these other people, they're just imitators. They're trying to copy. They're trying to parrot the things that they hear other people say, and they're just not good at it.
Well, yeah. And there is something to be said for that, like whether I agree with the technique or not, he definitely is good at it, right?
Right.
And knows how to do it. Um, let's see. Sorry, I got distracted by the chat. Um, but yeah, that's exactly right with him. He's like I said. When I think of like my list of like from the best to the worst, he's nowhere near the bottom. He's definitely near the top. But again, although I might not like what he definitely does do it very well. I have to give him that.
Well,
Um, go
he
ahead,
he's
Andy.
definitely not near as obnoxious as he was before he went to prison.
Right. Or before the debacle with Chili at the parade.
Yeah. I find it interesting. All of a sudden, he's into this whole bridging the gap kind of thing between communities. I swear he stole that from me because I belong on your side of the fence, but it's more fun to live over on the other side of the fence for me.
Right.
Um, I mean, I could be over here and I could be mocking those guys, but I would rather go over there and do it. Um,
Well,
you know, it's
Yeah.
it's it's a lot more fun. And surprisingly enough, I don't get any hate. I don't have people hate me over there. You would think I would, but no. I forgot. I threw myself off. I don't know where I was going. I was going somewhere with that, but I lost
No,
myself.
I got your point. I got your point.
Yeah,
You were talking about that before, and also you got to remember, like not just you on the panel now, but I've seen you on other people's panels and all over. So I
yeah,
pretty much know what you're about. That's why I'm like, oh, let him come up here. He's a good guy.
yeah.
Um,
I appreciate that.
and no problem. But again, it's the whole thing, like with the bridging the gap thing and this and that is that's part of the thing for me is there has to be a certain point where the line between the people who actually believe in what they're doing and the ones who are just doing it like for content or for a rush or for money or whatever to sort of weed out the ones that are just in it for the money or whatever and get the people who actually believe in what they're doing to understand factually from our point of view why they're doing it wrong, or in the situation. Because again, the idea that, well, there are some people who do it right, right, but I'm not talking about them. The
Yeah,
ones who are doing it wrong, it's like maybe we could come to an understanding of why, like, you know what, you can do this. We're not trying to tell you you can't make money off your videos. We're not trying to tell you you can't go out and film stuff. We're trying to tell you that there's a proper way to do it, and this isn't it.
right.
yeah. Like I was having a conversation with oh shit, what's his name? Um, he comes up on panels as majorly awesome. Shit.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Majorly Awesome. That's not Josh Abrams. Or no, we were just doing Josh Abrams. Bleh. I was thinking
Yeah,
of Freeman. Majorly Awesome. I've talked to Rogue Nation.
yeah, Rogue Nation, and he just doesn't.
Well, he's
He
he's
will
he's
he
a
will
soft set.
yeah, he will listen to you, but he doesn't listen to you.
Right.
Like trying to explain what he's doing when he's going into these DMVs is makes people uncomfortable because they're doing private transactions with private information and they're there with the camera. His answer is, well, I'm not I'm not filming that.
Yeah.
Well, you might not be intending to film that, but you are, and at the least it's their perception that their personal information is get personal transactions are getting filmed.
Right. I covered a video by Rogue where the video was titled "How Come the Government Always Lies to Me." And so what I did for when I covered the video was I put a lie counter Every time in the video that they lie to him, they get a point, and every time he lies to them, he gets a point. And at the end, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was like 7-0 or 9-0 or something. And every lie that was told in that video was told by him. And yet the video is titled, "Why Did They Always Lie to Me?"
How many things does he think is lies? Because they actually use reality instead of his view of reality.
Right, which is not. Oh man, yeah, Rogue Nation is something, and at least you can kind of like when I talked to Rights Crispy. I've talked to Rogue a few times on Troll's channel, and he's always going to my community page and making comments and stuff. So he'll talk to you, but like you said, he'll talk, but he won't listen. He'll listen, but he won't hear. I guess. Like no matter
Yeah.
what you say, it's like he'll just turn it around and be like, yeah, but that doesn't matter because cops are evil and the government sucks, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
And
I'd have more luck teaching my dog nuclear fission.
well, he's one of my favorites at false equivalencies. Like I've seen a lot of false equivalencies, but I just did a video last week where he was equating somebody's question about civil rights to being tarred and feathered. It's like, yeah, I don't think a cop asking you for an ID is quite the same. Like
Yeah.
it's and he's not the only one who uses this technique, but he's like the master of it. It's this idea of Craig from CHTY Audits is also very good at this. It's taking these false equivalencies to the extent where you can't disagree. Like, well, isn't it bad when a cop beats somebody to death on the street and it turns out they weren't even armed? Yeah, of course it's bad. Well, see, that's why it's okay for me to shove my camera in a cop's face and call him an idiot.
Is it
What?
always wrong? Is it always wrong when a cop shoots an unarmed person?
It depends on the situation. But
Exactly. I mean,
but the point is, how is any of that being stopped by you harassing the lady behind the counter in City Hall? Like that's a false equivalency. Cops killing someone on the street has nothing to do with the lady at City Hall saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't like being filmed. Can you please not film me?" How are
Right.
they related?
Well, that's how the guys that are good at doing this. Well, and I don't mean auditing. I just mean frauditing, I guess. The guys that are good at it, they know how to talk in circles, and they know how to get you so confused that you don't even know what you're arguing about it at some point, you know?
Yep. Yep. I have a whole section in my book about that. Haha, the Frauditor's Handbook, available now on Amazon.
There you go.
Yeah, but yeah, no, the circular talking, the double talk, all of the old fast talking techniques from the old scammers, and that's one of the reasons why it's become frauditor. The fraud is the scam, the fast talking, the circular, all of the old techniques that they all use forever are what these guys use to, like you said, to confuse and then what they do is they bait you through that type of questioning into being so confused that you say something that actually is wrong, which just gives them an opportunity to jump on that and say, "Oh, see, you don't know the law, you don't know what you're talking about. You said this, and that's not true," which just makes them double down on it, and it escalates everything and gets nuts. Oh, KFAR just got my book. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Ah, shout out KFAR.
Yeah. Oh man. And
so if you have time, I'd like to do one of my bits for you. So you see
yeah. Please.
Yeah. You want to do it now?
Yeah, why not?
All right, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a story. A woman walks into the ladies' room at the mall. She enters one of these stalls and sits down to begin doing her business. As she starts to pee, she looks down at her shoes and sees a head poking under the stall, looking up at her with a camera. "What are you doing?" she screams, frightened. "I'm recording you," says Denver Metro Audits. "But this is a bathroom," she squeals. "Yes, a public bathroom, and there's no expectation of privacy in public," he tells her. "You don't belong in here," she yelled. "I didn't see any sign saying that," DMA replies. "It says ladies' room right on the door." Maybe it does. Maybe it does, but it doesn't say no men allowed, does it? He asked her. What? That's stupid, she sputtered. You're being a Karen about this, and what's stupid is shaving down there, DMA answered, holding his camera up. If you let that bush grow in, it would create privacy for your hoo-ha like a hedge. She stared down at the activist lying on the filthy floor looking up at her. A hedge? Look, they should put a lock on that door if they don't want people coming in. They need to create privacy, DMA said. It says ladies' room. They assume men won't come in here. Well, they shouldn't assume that. And I can film whatever I can see. It's my First Amendment right as an independent journalist. Oh, you're a journalist. What are you working on? She asked, sarcastically wiping herself. I can't divulge that information at this time. The story isn't finished yet, he lied as if there were a story. No expectation of privacy in public, he reiterated. But I'm in a stall, she cried. Yes, and look, it's open on the top and the bottom, DMA answered in his thin voice. They need to create more adequate privacy because if I can see it, I can film it. You don't have to like it, but it's my First Amendment right. The conversation droned on like this for a while, the woman on the toilet and DMA on the filthy floor next to the toilet. Finally, the woman says, Christopher, don't you think this is inappropriate? I'm your mom. And that's a true story. That's an absolute true story.
Oh, man, I love that. That was great.
And that's what I do over on the other side.
Yes. Oh, man, that's hilarious. What did you think of that one, Hank?
I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The only thing
it takes her absurd argument to the extreme.
Exactly, and that's what comedy's all about.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would have added would be some sort of a reference when arguing about the sign that there's no law or audience attached to ladies' room. That would be the only thing. Well, I'm not telling you to change your joke, but I mean that's the only other thing I could think that they would argue about. You know.
Right.
Yeah. There's no statute listed on the sign.
Ladies' room. Which ordinance is that? Oh man, that was great stuff, though. I love that.
Thank you.
So anyway, yeah, clip that for YouTube Shorts, definitely.
That's the first time I've done one of my pieces over on this side of the fence, where they belong.
I like it. Yes, that was beautiful. Well, I'm glad that I'm the one who can start the trend, hopefully, going forward. So I've noticed in the chat a lot of people are asking about what do you guys feel about Amagansett Press? Gutterman. He belongs in the gutter, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
How he's so big and has so many views, I don't understand. I really don't.
Yeah, he's one of the top ones.
Yeah.
Because he
tells you the time and temperature?
Yeah.
Because he acts like he's doing everything cordially and not being obtrusive when he actually is. And what's getting me lately is he's obviously staging shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Yeah, people coming up and saying, coming up to him and yeah, I know what you're saying.
Well, take that video where he sprayed the elderly woman.
Oh, yeah.
That sounded so scripted, it's not even funny.
I felt that way too when I was watching it.
And her lack of reaction to getting sprayed.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I've not seen anybody not react to pepper spray like that ever.
Yeah, that's definitely kind of fishy. Obviously the whole idea that she tried to run over him with her car, but then on the other hand, she kind of went out of her way to make sure that she didn't hit him.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. And then, like you said, people even pointed out on his end, like, oh, he needs new pepper spray. That stuff's too weak. Like, well, that's if it even was pepper spray and it wasn't just a setup.
Yeah.
And yeah, everywhere he goes now, all of a sudden, no matter where he is in the country, everyone, oh, dude, you're Amagansett Press. I love your videos. You're the best, man. It's that whole anyway. The popularity comes from it's the whole. Him and Long Island Auditor are both the masters at what I call the passive aggressive technique. They're being just as aggressive and rude as anyone, but they're doing it in a way where they keep their volume low and their tone low
Right.
to paint this picture of them being sweet and innocent. And it's like, but
But they'll
why?
give, yeah, just because you don't yell and scream, but you give a snarky response to somebody with a legitimate bitch about what you're doing, you're going to piss them off.
Yeah, and again, Amagansett, Jason Gutterman, trash, whatever. He's one of the ones that I mentioned earlier. Drives me so nuts with his constant insisting that you need to mind your own business, and it's like if you're filming me doing my business, that's you not minding your own business.
Yeah.
Like it drives me so nuts that that's always his response. And he is a huge seller, and so is Long Island, of this idea that why are these people all of a sudden freaking out that I'm filming them? Like as if they've never seen that before, even though every single video they make, that is the video.
Pretty much.
It's so
Yeah.
ridiculous.
If you stay right in the traffic pattern and make people have to go around you because you're filming for no reason, you're going to get a reaction.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so many of these situations, like, would be so simple and so easy. Um, like the one that I just covered with Erie County. There's a sign-in sheet. He signs it, Dan Erie County. It tells the security guard, "Oh, that's my business name, right?" 2 seconds, done. Oh, okay. But instead, he just signs that, goes upstairs. Now they look and it looks suspicious that it's obviously a fake name. So now they have reasonable suspicion. And his whole big argument was, well, it was a violation of the Fourth Amendment to have a sign-in sheet at all. And in the end, they removed the sign-in sheet due to his having his fans do the call flooding and all that. But the point is, like, all of these situations, 90% of them could be completely avoided just by, oh, why are you filming? Oh, for my YouTube channel. Oh, okay. Done. No 20-minute fight, no cops getting called, not just, oh, okay. Well, could you not film me, please? Sure, and turn your camera a little bit to the left. Done. Problem solved. They're obviously creating the problem on purpose because the solution is so easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they create reasonable suspicion all the time.
Oh, yeah. And then, of course, use the excuse that you didn't have any reasonable suspicion. You're going out of your way to make it.
Yeah, you're standing outside a bank, filming a bank, and everybody going in and out, or a jewelry store. Yeah, that's reasonable suspicion.
Well, especially if you're someone like Casey Cameraboy, he audited a bank with a flak jacket on, black mask, black sunglasses, hoodie, and a taser that he painted black to look like a gun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not done purposely to arouse suspicion.
No.
And another thing Amagansett does is he wears an open carries where it's legal when he's outside, but he's screwed up and left in his video where he's having to give his wife his weapon or get rid of it before he goes into
A place that doesn't allow firearms, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, the whole Second Amendment audit, I guess it would be at that point. That whole issue is even that, like, gets on my nerves, especially like with the armed fishermen, because again, it goes back to the idea, well, I have a permit to carry it, so I can do whatever, blah, blah, blah. Fine. But, oh, man, see, I don't want to get too much into the Second Amendment because that's a whole different argument. But the idea of I legally have the right to carry, right? Kind of goes back to what we were just saying. I legally have the right to stand out in front of a bank and film. Yes, but you're going out of your way to be suspicious about it. When you're concealed carrying or open carrying intentionally to draw attention to the fact that you have a gun, then there's going to be people who are going to be drawn to the attention that you have a gun. Like, if that's your goal, then you act like it's the end of the world when you actually get what you're going for.
Yeah. Jamie in chat says the Gutterman clan's pepper spray looked like the green mist that the great Kabuki used to spray on his opponents.
Yes.
I just wanted to shout out Jamie for making a great Kabuki reference because I like that.
That's fantastic. Oh man, they just had they tried to bring that back with Asuka for a while. It didn't really catch on. But yeah, I love that, the Green Mist. Um, and then they did Black Mist for a while. Anyway, now you see, I love pro wrestling, so now you got me going on to this whole thing. But yeah, Amagansett Press is, to me, he's, like I said earlier, kind of just as bad as any of the other ones, just with a different style, a passive aggressive style that sells his audience on the idea that he's not doing anything wrong and he's just filming. And I don't know how many times I've heard people say that I've been arrested for filming. Not once have I ever seen anyone get arrested for filming. There's always something else going on there, and it's usually trespass related.
Yeah. Yeah. It's usually,
Yeah, the closest thing I've seen to somebody getting arrested for filming is because they're filming somewhere where it's posted not to film. They're refusing to put away the camera, so they're arrested for trespassing. Which, if you stretch that, that's as close as I've seen to somebody getting arrested for filming.
Right.
Yeah. They always
Abby
say,
Pullman. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Well, no, I just noticed that Abby brought up something in the chat that I was not aware of. Apparently, a Marvel Girl and Clifford Reynolds got, because Fake Mike Real News, that's Whisk Boy for those who don't know,
Yeah.
was being sponsored by Hero Soap Company, and apparently he lost his contract with them over the content of his videos. Yeah, so again, I don't know any of the details of it, but that's definitely something I'll look into. Thank you, Abby, for the heads up on
Something to
that.
laugh about. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
It's never about the camera, though. They always say
Right.
it's about the camera, and that's why these things are happening to them. It's like Chili the other day was trying to push himself into a crime scene.
Yeah.
The guy with the guns crime scene.
Yeah. I mean, there's helicopters in the air. They're looking for a guy with a gun, and he wants to get in there, and they won't let him in. And he thinks it's because he has a camera, and it has nothing to do with the camera whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah, they just don't need any extra bodies in there that's not involved in looking for the guy with the gun.
Yeah.
And
He's like,
I actually, a few months ago, I covered one where DirectD did exactly the same thing. It was a murder. There was a dead body there, and he's, oh, you won't let me in just because I got my camera and this and that. It's like, no, because we haven't found the shooter yet, and there's literally a dead body laying in the car. Do you want to just go roaming around with your camera like a doofus? No, that's
Yeah.
not safe.
oh,
Everything, nothing could ever be a safety issue. Nothing could ever be actually trying to protect anyone. No, it's always some conspiracy to make money or to violate our rights.
Yeah, it's just somebody pissing on your rights.
Yep.
Well, you don't have crime tape seen up or crime tape up yet, so I can go in there now.
Yeah. Yeah, they do that a lot. They didn't put the tape up, well, then I'm allowed to go in. No, we're trying to tell you to back up. And then, like, sometimes you think, like, well, what's going to happen if one of these days one of these guys gets shot? That's going to stop. But Furry got shot. That didn't stop it. That just made them want to do it even more.
Well, that was...
Well, I know it was different. It's just the example, like, when you think, well, eventually that line's going to get crossed and it's going to make these people learn. And it's like, well, that line has been crossed and they didn't learn.
Well, on the Furry getting shot, that was...
Oh, yeah, because it was a security guard.
It was a security guard, and it was a clear fuck up on the security guard's behest.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And
But if somebody pulls a chili and goes into a active crime scene with a man with a gun and gets shot, the first thing they're going to do is sue the police for not protecting them.
Yeah.
Of course.
But if the cops did try to protect him, he'd say, "You don't have to protect me. The Supreme Court said that."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And even that, I mean, they always
Just like chili, the cops can't be trusted. You can't rely on the cops to do anything. Hey, cops, this lady's harassing me.
Yeah. Yeah. Cops are terrible unless someone says something I don't like, then I'm going to go run into the cops. Again, same. There's so much hypocrisy with these guys. They can film everything, and they're trying to educate you that it's okay to film. But if you film them, that's a bad thing. And taking all these laws out of context and misquoting them and all, and it's such a game. It's a game. It's a game.
Yeah.
You know, and like Doc was saying earlier, some of them really know the rules and know the game. Some of them have no idea and just see, oh, here's an easy way to make money. Just be a dick to the cops and get paid for it. Cool, you know. But ultimately, it's still a game, and it's
like I actually respect legit cop watchers.
Yeah.
I they don't get many clicks and views because they don't have the negative interaction with the cops most of the time, because the most interaction they have with the cops is the officer might ask them to back up a little bit. Oh, no problem, officer. And they back up and keep filming quietly.
Well, one of the reasons why I always bring up Ironton Auditor as an example of one of the good ones is because I particularly love the fact that whatever the interaction is with the police is that he's filming, afterwards he'll talk to the cops like an actual conversation about what just happened, like a real journalist might do. Actually interviewing
Imagine
the
that.
guy and getting some information about the situation.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah. What do you think, Doc? Are you familiar with Ironton Auditor?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I like them. Yeah, no, I like Ironton Auditor. I like Legicator. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of.
I was happy to hear Legicator's knees doing better yesterday.
Yeah.
That
was all Chili needed to hear, was that he got injured, so that gives Chili an out.
Yeah, right. Or an excuse to, like, oh, now I'll fight him. Yeah, now that I know that his knees hurt.
Yeah. He's not going to fight.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, and if he needs surgery, I'm hoping God he doesn't.
Yeah.
But they're going to use that as, see, he's just being a coward and backing out of the fight with Chili.
Right, when Chili's the one who backed out a month ago.
Oh, yeah.
He'll always turn everything around. Did you guys see the video where he messed up his bathroom and destroyed everything to make a point about the cops?
No.
So what he did was he destroyed the bathroom, and I mean, I don't know if it's his, it's wherever he's staying right now, right? He threw all this garbage all over the floor, and he threw all this toilet paper in the toilet to stop it up and all that, and he goes, "Now you see, guys, I don't have to be a plumber to know that there's something wrong there, and I don't have to be a cop to know that there's something wrong. You can look at that and see that it's wrong. You don't need to be a plumber." And he's just going on and on and on about, like, see, I'm not a plumber, but I could tell that it's stopped up. Well, I don't have to be a cop, so I could tell that they're stopped up. And it's like, the hell are you talking about?
I've never met a plumber that says the toilet's clogged up before he enters the house.
Well, that's just sad, but I mean, you don't need to be a plumber to grab a plunger. Like, you call a plumber when there's something actually wrong with the pipes.
Well, now we know another reason why Chili is never invited back to places where he stays.
Oh, right? Oh, I've heard tons of stories about him tearing places up and being a slob, and just randomly leaving crap laying around all over the place and garbage and stuff.
Well, what condition were those walls in after his little transparency video where he had everything stapled and pinned up on the walls?
Yeah, right. And who knows where that was filmed from? He's always somewhere. Does he even have a permanent residence? His
No.
van, right? Like Kate.
That's where he
He
lives. Yeah.
he's got a mailing address out of Santa Monica, apparently.
I think
But
that's like a business address for his trifolds and T-shirts and all that nonsense.
yeah, but he's constantly. I mean, he doesn't stay anywhere more than a couple of days.
Well, he doesn't want to do any real time. Stay too long somewhere, they might be able to track him down.
The longer he stays, the more people catch on to a scam.
Well, that's the other part too. Like you go do someone else and try to rip them off, and then move on and try to rip someone else off, and his fans keep throwing money at him. And I love, and I've pointed this out about him before a few times. All you have to do is watch one of his live streams because he constantly talks about how he doesn't make any money off of this, and it's not about the money, and he doesn't care, blah blah blah. And then you go on one of his live and look at all the super chats he's getting, and the $50 here, $100 there. 20, he's making plenty of money, but that doesn't show up. Go ahead.
He'll turn around after bitching about or saying that he doesn't make any money off it. Then he'll bitch about not making any money off of it.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. He's like, "Come on, guys, you got to buy my trifolds. This is what I do for a living, but I'm not doing it for money." Like, oh man, he's such a tool. And I mean, everything he says is obviously we all know that he's garbage. But like when you go back and look at all the other things he's done in his life and realize like he's been a scam artist for years. This is just his most recent scam.
Oh yeah.
You know, this is just what he does. It's just this particular one happened to catch our eye because the whole auditing community and all that.
Well, he's already in his transition from First Amendment auditor to SovSit.
Oh, I'm sure. That's the wrong direction. What's going to go next? Flat Earth?
He panders to whoever he thinks will send him money.
Yeah. Oh man.
Ah, well.
Yeah, he made the comment on a live last night that Charlie's happy. I had to make the comment back. What, did he run away?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's I've been trying to avoid covering him for a while because for like a month there, it seemed like not just me but everybody, like every video was about Chili. But the guy is so well. Like I said, he just put the one with the toilet. Like it seems like every day he has something that you could spend a month just going over the nonsense in that video, and he does it every day. There's always something to cover with this idiot.
Well, that's the thing. He's comedy gold. He's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
You know, it just never gets old with him. There's always something else to make fun of.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how he's gonna play with the motion for dismissal. It's showing how inept he is at a lawsuit. How he's going to play that one off for his fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Bobby Law was the ultimate expert telling him what to do. Obviously, he doesn't know what he's talking about if he's following his advice.
Well, he's probably going to blame the poor guy that he scammed into pressing the lawsuit in the first place.
Yeah.
It's just corruption on everybody else's part. That's what it'll boil down to. Corrupt judges, corrupt system, and that's why it didn't work out.
Oh, yeah. Anytime any of these guys ever lose a case, it's never because they lost. It's always because the system's corrupt.
Yeah.
And another thing, too, one of the many reasons why this whole community bothers me so much is there's so many reasons, but another one of them is the fact that there is, and this is one of the things they always use as an excuse, there is legitimate corruption. There are people that are corrupt. There are people who are trying to do something. But when you blame everybody involved in the system as being part of that, then you're not really seeing the real stuff that's going on because you're burying it under accusations that everybody's doing it.
That's true.
Yeah, like Chili. Have you ever read the Boy Who Cries Wolf?
Yep, exactly. Anyone actually does violate his rights, it's going to be like, oh, this idiot's complaining about people violating his rights again, and nobody's going to listen.
Yeah. Well,
and then these, yeah, and then these laws that some communities are trying to pass to make it harder to film. You know, it's like, okay, so you guys are trying to fight for our rights by helping the government take them away. That's great.
Well, I'm interested in seeing the new Arizona law get tested come September when it goes into effect.
Yeah.
Because you know the frauditor is going to be coming right up to 8 feet.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's just, well, I'm giving you 8 feet, so you've got enough room.
I could see some of them actually carrying tape measures with them and just stretch it out. Like 8 feet. There you go. I'm 8 feet.
The only tape measure I've seen in a frauditing video was a law enforcement. I'm not sure if he was cop or security guard or what, with a tape measure making sure the frauditor stayed 6 feet away from him.
Yeah. Well,
and that just triggered the hell out of the frauditor.
Oh, I'm sure. Jamie's asking about the new Arizona law. It's 8 feet. So, and that's the thing. Of course, they're complaining that. Excuse me. This whole thing.
No, it's not within 8 feet. They've got to be at least 8 feet away.
Right. But that's the thing. They're trying to sell it like they're trying to stop us from filming. If you have to stand at least 8 feet away from the cop to film them, how is that stopping you from filming, especially with modern technology? And you know, these idiots have really good cameras for the most part. They can zoom in way more than 8 feet. I could zoom in on the freaking moon. Like, that's a little bit further away than 8 feet. So
Well,
they're not. Go ahead.
Should be 8 feet. You should be 8 feet away from anybody when you're filming. Really, I mean, how close do you have to be to film?
Right. That's the thing. Zoom lenses and stuff.
I mean, I'm not a cop, nor have I ever been a cop, but I understand that one of the most dangerous things cops do, from statistics, is a traffic stop at night.
Yep.
If they want to be there distracting the living hell out of them, one of these days somebody's going to get hurt because of that.
Yeah.
I've seen body cam footage of a police officer. They didn't stop the guy, but the guy was parked on a private property. So the officer drove up to him to find out, just who he was, what was going on. Maybe the guy was just there to take a nap or something and didn't want to drive tired. We don't know. So the cop went up there, and it turned out the guy had a dead body in his trunk. And while the cop was talking to him, he pulled a gun and tried to shoot the cop. She freaked out, and as this was happening, her partner pulled up because she called for backup, because they always do. And he saw the struggle going on with her trying to rip the gun out of the dude's hand, and he took care of the situation immediately. But the point is,
she was fighting for her life.
Oh, you saw that? Yeah. So you know what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
I mean, she had both hands on that gun, keeping it to
and
not
he was
point
reaching
at her
for his second gun with his other hand while struggling with her.
Wow.
But anyway, ultimately, the point is, if there was a frauditor there that was asking, "Hey, lady, what's your name and badge number?" she'd turn around to answer the frauditor. The dude would shoot her in the back of the head, and it'd be done.
Yeah. And then shoot the witness.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, it's just but they never. And again, like, well, why do you get so many cops to show up? Oh yeah, why do you have to call for backup? Well, she's a perfect example of why they always have to call for backup because you don't know what's going to happen, and it's like they never, at least in their explanations. And this is another part of my problem with these idiots is because every time either they really are that stupid, which they should be called out on their stupidity, or they're doing it on purpose and should be called out for that. Either way, it's horrible. But like to try and sell it like you don't understand that there actually are dangerous people, like you don't understand that these rules exist for a reason. You know, the only reason stop signs exist is so that they can charge you a fine if you go through a stop sign. Yeah, it has absolutely nothing to do with safety, especially on a four-way stop. Come on, give me a break.
Yeah. Yeah, speed limits are for revenue gain too.
Yeah, all of that. And I've brought this up before. I've seen footage of what traffic looked like back in the days before they invented the stop signs and the stoplights and all that. And it was horrible. I mean, cars could only max out at 20, 30 miles an hour, and they were constantly slamming into each other and people, and it was a disaster. There's a reason why traffic laws were invented, and it wasn't just to make money.
Yeah, and um, the traffic fines don't even cover the court costs. So if they're doing it as a revenue scheme, they're doing a really bad job of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I had this was a while ago. I talked about this, but the whole idea, because this came up more when it was way heavier with the sovereign citizen mess, but the whole idea of the license plate thing and the fees for it. And I always say, look, if you want to tell me, hey, these fees are way too high, then we can have a discussion about that. But saying that the fees shouldn't exist at all to at least, at the very least, cover the cost of the plate itself, I mean, you know, I can't go with that. I can't agree. No, there shouldn't be any fees for anything ever. The whole everything should be free if it's from the government. No, obviously there's like you said, court costs or whatever. There has to be there is some sort of cost associated with everything. So again, you want to argue with me about the numbers specifically, then we can have a discussion. But to just say no, no, you're violating my rights by even making me think about having a plate. Get out of here. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and the fees for the plate is not ever intended just to be for the cost of the plate itself.
All right, they have to make it. They have to register you. There's other things associated with it.
Yeah.
It's frauditors in jail that are making those plates.
Right? Oh man, that's great. Well, you guys got anything else? We've been on here about 2.5 hours. This actually went really well, and it was just the last minute. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not doing anything right now. I'll go on. I haven't been on in a while. Anything else you guys want to say, or any other questions or comments from the peanut gallery over there in the comments?
I could do one last piece for you if you want to close out the show.
If it's half as funny as the last one, please do.
This one's definitely not kid friendly, though.
All right, everybody close your ears if you're under 37.
Yeah. So now we got a guy in the community. His name is Farlap Moves. And he's not an auditor, but he's a fan. He's in chat all the time. And at one point, somebody had mentioned, we were all in chat, and somebody said, isn't Doc Danger a bootlicker? And I didn't say anything. I waited to see who was going to say something, because I knew a lot of people in chat, and nobody said shit except Farlap Moves. He was the only one that said, no, Doc Danger isn't a bootlicker. So what I did was I started roasting him, and this one isn't done out of anger like the DMA one was. This one's done more out of respect for him for standing up for me. And this one sounds a lot angrier, but it's not. So he's from New Zealand. The first time I roasted him, I said he was from Australia because it makes people from New Zealand crazy. And he put out,
of course.
Yeah. He put out a video called Attention Doc Danger, where he corrects me to how he's from New Zealand. So this was my response to that. An awful long setup, so this better be as funny as the setup. New Zealand, Australia, whatever. Let's not muddy the water with facts here, okay, Captain Kangaroo? Look, you penal colony dwelling bastards are quick to dissociate yourselves from Australia all the time, as if there's some sort of difference when the rest of the world knows you look and sound exactly the same. Geez, I'm getting flack from a guy whose country's greatest known quote is, "That's not a knife." Look, here's another thing. These Zealanders can't even get their time of day right. You know that when it's daytime here, they're having nighttime over there? I mean, what's that all about? They haven't even grasped the concept of time yet. And it's not just time. Close your ears, kid. And it's not just time. You know their toilets flush in the wrong direction? The water is supposed to swirl in a clockwise motion, you Kiwi munchers. I mean, they can't even get that straight. And you know why? It's because their anus is in the front and their genitals are in the back. That's right, kid. Everything's opposite with them. Am I wrong? No. You never see New Zealand porn. No, because it's too freaky even for Pornhub with the anus in the front and the genitals in the back.
Oh, no.
See Paul Hogan screaming furiously. Hold on. And no one wants to see Paul Hogan furiously raw dogging the dead carcass of an alligator with a cactus up his ass, screaming, "Oi, oi, oi." And here's another thing. Yes, there's another thing. Vegemite sandwiches. No one knows what it is, so you probably shouldn't be eating it. Look, you got a lot of sheep there in New Zealand. Maybe you should stop fucking them and start cooking them, and I could get a lamb sandwich for fuck's sake.
Oh, no.
Farlap moves. Yeah, he's moving all right. In fact, he can't sit still.
That's what she said.
Meth is a hell of a drug. Yes, that's right, kid. Farlap doesn't just put out a video. The son of a bitch drops 20 videos at a time. All right, I got to stop. Look, brush over this, pop open another giant can of warm beer, and watch your stupid kangaroos punching tourists in the face, okay? And that was that.
Now, see, that's the kind of thing that I love. I kind of do that a little bit in my chat comment section. Like, somebody says something and you respond with just like a brilliant roast like that. I love that kind of stuff. That's great. Awesome. That's a great way to end the stream, I think, right there. So, again, any last minute anything anyone else wants to say, or any last minute questions from the chat?
Thanks for having me up. Good meeting you, Doc.
Absolutely. Good meeting you, my friend.
All right, yeah. You guys are always welcome. Hank, you know me. Doc, it's good to have you up here. We've spoken chat before, but it's nice to actually have you out in person.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy.